Devolution has made access to government services easier through county government offices. However, persons with disabilities in Malindi sub-county were overlooked in development initiatives, often compelled to fight for their inclusion in county projects to gain access to government services. Lack of information and essential documentation like disability cards further compounds their challenges.
People in the county were unapproachable. We could not approach them. And when we tried to approach them, there were some hitches.
Hata walemavu wengine walikuwa hata wajui kwamba ni lazima pia wao wakuwe na voter registration card, wafuatilie mambo ya budget. Walikuwa wanafikiria tu, wengine walikuwa wanafikiria ukishapiga kura ni basi unangojea kura nyingine. Kumbe kuna kwanga na ile ya kufuatilia project ambayo the government ambayo walipromise.
Mlemavu ni mlemavu, walemavu walikuwa kuonewa, lakini kikoske imeletwa na akti kusaidia.
There was a lot of stigma and discrimination to persons with disability, and so they felt left out in that they were not given any education or any information on how to access the health services. Most of them also lacked the persons with disability cards, so they were not registered as such.
To address these gaps, Act Change Transform, in collaboration with the Kenya Community Support Center, KECOSKE, implemented the USAID Kenya Electoral Conflict Mitigation and Civic and Voter Education Support (ECCES) program in Kilifi County to promote inclusive civil society, youth, women, and PWD-led voter and civic education while expanding opportunities for these excluded groups.
Through this ECCES program, which targeted mainly on achieving 3-level outcomes, which are very big outcome for ECCES program. One of them was to enhance citizen participation and governance processes. Secondly was also to entrench the inclusion of marginalized communities, more specific special interest group that includes youth, women and PWD.
Kulingana vile ninavyoona wakati wa huko mbeleni mambo yatakuwa mazuri kwa sababu vile wamejijua, hawana hofu tena na hawaogopi kuingia ofisi yoyote ya kiserikali kutafuta msaada na ama kutafuta haki yao. Kwa hivyo itasaidia sana.
Katika election ndio nilijua huu mradi umetusaidia. Maanake ilikuwa kuna namba tulipewa, ile namba ni ya hotline ya kikoske. Hiyo hotline ya kikoske ndio imetufanya sisi mpaka tukawa hivi tulivyo. Kusema la kweli hapa kwangu Saraali na kwingine ilikuwa kukizunguka kulikuwa kuna peace.
The strategic collaboration with the former ward administrator of Shela, Furaha Dadu Chome, enabled the ECCES program to increase awareness of their rights among the PWD populace. Concerted efforts strengthened accountability for public funds and funds from the Kilifi County government that allocated land to construct a long-awaited PWD resource center at the Malindi Sub-County Hospital.
There is this saying that goes, disability is a club, and any one of us can join. So I believe it is the responsibility for all of us to ensure that there is a proper and conducive environment for us to thrive when the unfortunate happens.
The uptake of persons with disability who come here has increased for medical assessment and categorization, because most people are now aware, the persons with disability are now aware that they actually need this card to be able to access most of the government services. So we are happy that the Empowerment Center will create at least a space for some of us to train them on skills of rehabilitation, to be able to, like the caregivers, we can train them on how best to take care of a person with a disability.
We started slowly with Kikoske, who linked us to even the county attorney's office, the CSA's office, and to the member of parliaments that we knew. So we started working on the law, It was an act, we fought for it for around 9 years, but it was unsuccessful. Until Kikoske came in now, they showed us how the way is, and they mentored us. So we moved together. As we are speaking, we have a law that is on the table. We have a committee, a board that is on the table also. What we are waiting for is to develop policies which will which will guide the implementation of the act now.
We have participated in activities that Kikoske organized, largely on the aspect of marginalized groups, youth and women and persons with disabilities. And in these activities, we have been engaged to explain as a government, or rather as a government office in Malindi, on how we have been looking at the issue of a person with disability. And it has been an engagement where we have been made to take responsibilities on the issues that the people with disability were raising, which was among many others, access to services, but also on the aspect of an empowerment center where the persons with disability could walk in and do their stuff.
Moving forward, we would like to have these lessons also shared with the other CSOs so that we can now walk together the journey, so that we don't have an addition and subtraction, where here things are working well, the other side you're subtracting what is there. And then we will also want to see how the champions that have worked in these sessions that we've had, how can they enhance the skills so that they can now continue, maybe take what Kikoske is doing, and so that as we can now concentrate more on other strategic areas, but again help this community to, like the community local organizations, pick up, we call them CLOs, pick up what we are doing.